What's going on, guys? It is Brian Alsruhe, neverstate.com, and it is June 3rd, which means that it's the perfect date to do the May Q&A. And yes, I know it's late, and yes, I know it was late last month, so I'm starting to sense a little bit of pattern here, but I'm okay with that. Hopefully you're okay with that too. Now, for this Q&A, I asked you guys to give me questions about starting a YouTube channel since I just made those couple videos about that very topic, and I want to know what you guys wanted me to talk about. So a lot of you asked questions about that, but that is primarily what this Q&A is going to be concerned with. So if you're not interested in how to start your own YouTube channel or how my journey has been in this YouTube world, then I'll probably tell you to go back and watch some other videos because you're probably not going to be very interested in this one. For those of you who did ask about business questions, I put out 3 or 4 videos in a series called So You Want to Open Your Own Gym, where I cover virtually everything that I've dealt with as far as this whole me starting my whole gym thing is concerned. So if you are interested in the business side and you are interested in starting your own gym, just go back, click the link above. That'll lead you to the first video and then you can watch them sequentially, just going through. I answer a lot of the questions that you guys asked, so hopefully that covers that. But like I said, this one's mainly gonna be about the YouTube side of the business. I am not a terrific gym owner. I am not a terrific successful YouTuber, but I am gonna share with you guys my journey just like always, so let's go get after it. All right, first question comes from Zanarayu, sorry dude. But you wanna know what made me start a channel in the first place and what made me keep it up with so few views. Number one, that's kind of mean, so few views. Definitely accurate though. So for those of you who are pretty new to this channel, I actually started out many, many years ago, literally decades ago, keeping a log on Teen Nation, back when Teen Nation was awesome, and I go by the username Alpha. Now, I had the name Alpha before Alpha became what Alpha is today. It was cool back when I came up with it and no one really talked about it. However, now I don't really like being associated with it, but it is my username. So if you guys want to check out any of my past training logs, literally you can see my training for the past like 2 decades on my training logs from Teen Nation. But when I was just keeping my training log, that was all text, obviously. And people would always say, there's no way that you were squatting 500 pounds. That's not possible. You can't do that. And so I started a YouTube channel just to prove to people that I could put up for the workout that I wrote. I'd be like, I squatted 500 for 3, then I could show a video of me squatting 500 for 3. It was pretty much just to show and prove to people that I could actually do what I said that I was doing. It also was useful when I was out with people and they were like, you can't bench 500 pounds. I'd be like, actually, yes, I can. I can bench 500 pounds. But now that that is actually coming out of my mouth out loud, that sounds like a pretty horrible reason to have a YouTube channel. That makes me kind of hate myself. But then once I opened a gym, I started making videos that I thought my members would find useful. So at neverstate.com, I put out a daily workout just about every single day, just laying out what we program for the gym. That's what we do during our classes. That is what we do every single day. Now, if I put up front squats for Monday, then it would be really useful if I had a front squat tutorial that people could go back and look at so that their training session will go better. It would be easier coaching on me and they would get more out of each session that they came in. So I started making videos to pertain to that. These days, I just do the same exact thing except with a much broader view. So it's not only for my members. I would say primarily it is probably just for my members, but on a wide scale, now I can touch a bunch of people in the world, and I start thinking of videos in terms of what would I wanted to know when I was coming up and lifting, and so I make videos according to that. Now the reason why I kept making them, even though that I wasn't getting any views, is that I didn't care. I still kind of don't care. I'm not in this for the fame. I would love to make money doing this, but the money isn't good enough to really care about that either. It's just about doing something that I'm interested in doing. And if you can have a voice, using it for a positive impact, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with this channel, just trying to change the little bit of world that I can affect. I want to make as positive as possible, so that is why I'm making videos now. No matter how many views, yes, my views are a lot better now than they used to be, but they're still not high at all. I don't get any views in the YouTube world. 50,000 subscribers seems like an awful lot, and I am overwhelmed and completely grateful, completely humbled. But in the YouTube world, 50,000 subscribers isn't even a beginner YouTube. It's not even a small YouTube channel. It hasn't even reached that level yet. So right now I'm just making videos that I want to make and trying to help as many people as I possibly can with the voice that I have been blessed enough to get the chance to use. So thank you very much for your question, but that is pretty much why I got involved in YouTube. All right, next question. Alan's Active Productions asks, that's a lot of A's. How often would you recommend making new content / videos for a YouTube channel? And does that really matter? That absolutely does matter, man. How consistent you are with your YouTube videos makes a massive difference in how many people will subscribe to your channel. If you think about it in terms of like TV, if you have a favorite TV show and it airs every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. and you tune in one week and it's not on, well, then you're gonna stop tuning in. You need consistent content for people to rely upon if they're gonna subscribe to your channel. Now, that's not necessarily true for everyone, but for the majority of big successful YouTubers, they have consistent content that they say, I'm gonna put out a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m., that is what they're going to do. Now, I am not as consistent as I would like to be because honestly, this is a secondary kind of thing for me. This gym that I own is the most important thing as far as my business is concerned, and then secondary would probably be my online programming, my online personal coaching. That probably comes in second, and then these YouTube videos come in third. So if other areas of my life get in the way prior to making a YouTube video, typically that gets bumped. I try to make videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and then try to release one during the weekend. Whether that happens or not is greatly determined by how those other areas of my business are going. If they're going smoothly, then you can guarantee that I will have one every Tuesday, Thursday, and probably Saturday or Sunday. However, that doesn't always happen. So I would recommend that people start out just doing one video a week if you're trying to get into the YouTube game. Actually, I think you'd probably be better off just starting out with something like Instagram, because Instagram, you're limited by the length of the video that you make. So if you start getting used to being concise and clear and coming out with an idea for a video and you make it 1 minute long, you release on Instagram and you do that for a couple of weeks and you find out, I like this editing, I like the recording, I like doing voiceovers or being creative with it. If you enjoy doing that with short little videos, then you can start extending to bigger videos. But if you did want to get involved in YouTube, then like I said, I would start out with one video a week, just seeing if you enjoy doing this or if you have much to say. And then from there, you can add an extra video a week, maybe go Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, add 2 videos a week and then 3 videos a week. The people who put out a ton of videos and a ton of content, typically it's a daily vlog where they're just kind of showing, oh, this is the chocolate milk that I drink and here's me driving in my car to whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. I watch some vloggers that I find super entertaining. Even though we may not have anything in common, I like their personality, they have charisma. So I will watch them and I will watch them pretty regularly. However, that is not what I want to do with my channel, at least not at this time. Right now, it's more about the education, more about trying to get my point across, more about trying to inspire people to become better and live better lives. So for me, that ends up being 2 to 3 videos a week. Now for videos like this one, I could have easily taken each one of these Q&A questions and answered one question per day for 2 weeks and just threw out a bunch of content, and honestly, that would probably make me more money. However, that's not really what I want to do. That's not what my goals are. I'd rather make one 10 to 12 minute long video, because for me personally, when I'm watching YouTube videos, I try to make videos that I would want to watch. And for me personally, if it is less than like 3 minutes long, I'm kind of like, that leaves me kind of wanting. I didn't get what I wanted from that video, and if it's longer than like 12 to 15, maybe even up to 20 minutes, I typically won't watch it unless I'm doing something else while that is just playing in the background. Like I'm cleaning or cooking or folding laundry while there's a podcast on, or somebody is talking, just sitting pretty much like this. Like this would be a type of podcast or a type of video that I would have going while watching something else or doing something else. But you don't want to do that. You want to be watching me exclusively. That's very, very important. I found that my sweet spot is usually somewhere between 10 minutes and 14 minutes. Anything longer and I feel like people start losing interest. Anything shorter and I feel like they don't really care. So I thank you so much for your question. I would encourage you to start your own channel, or at least start on Instagram or some smaller platform and just start making movies, start editing, see what you like, see what you don't like, and see if this is an avenue that you want to pursue. But I do thank you very much for your question, man. All right, Todd1080 asks, what YouTubers do you watch for content reasons? Are there any that you watch to get YouTube ideas from, but maybe you don't really like their content? Here's the thing, man. The busier that you get with everything because your YouTube channel is growing, the less time that you had to actually spend watching YouTube videos. So I will still watch people like Alan Thrall, Mark Bell, Omar Esoff, Brandon Campbell, a couple of the guys that have reached out to me and I have personal relationships with. I will still watch their stuff. from time to time. But honestly, when they put out a brand new video, a lot of times I'm too busy with my own stuff to really check out their stuff. Now, when you say to get ideas from other people's YouTube thing, the problem is that if you're subscribed to me, you're probably subscribed to Super Training, you're probably subscribed to Mark Bell, you're probably subscribed to Omar Esau because it's part of the fitness community. So if I watch an Omar video and he's talking about pushing the world away on a deadlift, and I come out with a video the next week about pushing the world away on the deadlift, then everyone's gonna see that and you're gonna see that you copied, it's not original, people aren't gonna be interested, and then you become a counterfeit trying to copy off somebody else. You need to come up with creative, original ideas for your own videos, and you need to be putting them out consistently. You cannot look at other people's stuff and say, hey, that's a really good idea, I should do a video about that same exact thing. That's not cool, that's not a good thing to do, that's not gonna help your channel grow. I will say that I do get tons and tons of ideas from people, but you need to find out a different way to repackage it and put your own spin on it or anything like that. Now, there have been times, especially with Alan and I have both reached out to each other, and he'll be like, hey dude, don't make this video because I'm getting ready to make it. Or I'll reach out and be like, hey, I was thinking about doing this, and Alan will be like, yeah man, I was gonna do the same thing. Like, just because you have similar ideas to somebody, sometimes once you get involved in that circle, because once you do get a little bit larger and you start doing some collaborations, the YouTube world of fitness is very, very small. Everyone knows everybody, so it's easy for me to reach out to Omar and be like, hey man, this guy wants to do a collaboration. Do you know anything about him? And Omar will be like, yeah man, he's a good guy. He is a genuine person who wants to help people, blah, blah, whatever. And conversely, if you are not a genuine person and you are not cool, that gets around as well. So, you can get ideas from other people, but I would really hesitate to really look at other people for inspiration. I would try to draw upon your own experience, your own ideas, your own original content for your videos. Otherwise, you are just gonna be a counterfeit of somebody else, and no one is interested in the counterfeit. I hope that answers your question, buddy. Thank you very much for asking it. So as usual, I'm talking way too much, so I need to break this up into 2 parts. This will be the end of part 1. I thank you guys so much for your questions. Part 2 will probably come out tomorrow or the next day, depending on how crazy my weekend gets, but I will get on editing so that you guys can get your answers very, very soon. I do thank you guys so much for watching, but until that other video comes out, go out, do something amazing with your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other, and I'll see you then.